Good afternoon and welcome to the West Ham Voice. Thank you all for joining me. It's a preview for the return leg of the West Ham v Viborg game, the playoff second leg. West Ham have the edge over Viborg after the first leg, winning 3-1. But we didn't play very well. It wasn't the best of performances, and Viborg have got a goal. They've got a goal that they can build from, and it's going to be an interesting second leg. I've got a couple of guests. Last week, whoever watched the show, the preview for the first leg, will remember that I had Flemming, one of our Danish Hammers, on. He's back again, and he's brought a friend with him. Quite a salubrious guest as well, because we have with us the CEO of Viborg. So it's quite an honor to have them both on. So why don't we bring them on, say hello, and have a conversation about the game. Good afternoon to you, Morton, and good afternoon back. Welcome back again, Flemming. How are you both?
We're fine, thank you.
Very good.
Cool. Good to see you, Flemming. I like the shirt as well. You must have a good array of West Ham shirts. You should buy Morton one for his collection. Look, it's really, really good of you to spend some time to talk about the game. But I'd like to get into a little bit of your background, Morton, and one of the sometimes glamorous, but sometimes not so glamorous jobs is to be a CEO of a football club. What made you go through that madness?
Yeah, I mean, in my heart, I'm a footballer. I play actually myself, and actually a lot of years back, Flemming and I we are very good friends. We have played football together, and I played. We played in the same club, a little club outside Aalborg called Gistrup. And afterwards, I try my best to go a little higher on my ambitions. And I played 8.5 years in the first and second best league in Denmark in 2 clubs. I ended up here in Viborg. I played here from 1st of January 94 until summer 97. And I played around 115 games on the first team here. And then I stopped my career on this level, and I retired in a way from football. I was beside working with sales and marketing, and after a period from 1.5 years, the board asked me whether I could come and do a little job for them together with them, according to football matters. And after I've been working with that for nearly 6 months, they asked me whether I want to join the club as a CEO. And I started that job in the 1st of August 99, and I'm still here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Flemming, I didn't realize that you'd played a bit of football as well.
Yes.
To what level as well? A similar level, or?
Oh no, Morton was very good. So he played in the Super League, as where we are now. So I just played in the fifth best row in Denmark.
My football career started and ended on the first day of pre-season training when I joined the team, a Saturday team. It was a sort of a non-league team. And on the first day of training, someone went into me and broke my ankle. And that was the end of my my aspirations to ever be a footballer. That's as far as I ever got. I've looked at the club, Morton, and you've got an interesting setup. You've got a youth system that goes back to from the age 13, etc. A lot of clubs have that. And what are the aspirations for a club like Viborg? Do you nurture young players so that you can get them to a point where you can, a lot of clubs sell their young players for profit, or are you looking to grow a home-based team in Viborg? What are the aspirations with the youth setup?
Yeah, I have the opinion. You can see on that on different matters. If you look at it in a hard business way, it's for me it's 2 matters. It's either you bring up young players so they can play a lot of minutes for our first team on our stadium, win a lot of matches, and could bring good energy, good quality, so we can be established in the Superliga. Otherwise, the other matter is that we can be so good by develop young players that could be interest from the players, and as you said, they could bring probably a transfer for us. And And I mean as well, there's a branding issue, because we know if we have local players bringing up in the club, there will be a lot of spectators looking a lot into that they are homegrown players, so they have a little more passion to see these youngsters coming into the stadium. So besides the first two things I was mentioned, there's a branding effort we can look at as well. So that's the matters how I see it.
Because Flemming, we have one of our, I mean, we call him homegrown, even though we stole him from Chelsea. And if we were, we know what's going on with Declan. We have him probably for one more season, but I mean, we've been renowned for our academy in the past. And whenever we sell a player from the academy, the fan base goes quite crazy, doesn't it? We'd rather that they stay with us, don't we?
Yes, and I think we haven't been good enough for that the last couple of years, or actually some years back, because as you mentioned, for many years ago we had so many good players and were very famous about the academy, but I think it's been a little bit quiet from the academy recent years. But obviously, Declan Rice is paying a lot back when we might sell it one day.
He's elevated the academy back up again, hasn't he? In a way.
Yeah.
And Morton, you also have a connection with African football. Is that correct? Where you
no.
Oh, is that no longer?
No, we had actually back in the around 2007, 2008. We were working a partnership with the academy that was in Nigeria, in Lagos. But we have the experience now that it's respectfully a difficult market. So we are no longer into that. But of course we are looking in general about the African markets. And at the moment we have some players in our squad. We have a very good winger from Nigeria, Ibrahim Said. You didn't see him by the paper problems at the match in London, but he's a good one. We have a striker winger, Alexander Yatta. He's from Gambia, and we have that's not good for me. I cannot remember his name. Yeah, sorry. Because he's been injured. He had not been playing. But one second.
I should have written his name down for you.
I should have known that. That's not good for me. 1 second.
I may have his name down because I researched this earlier on. So let me see. Would it be Lamin Jawara?
Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry.
Lamin Jawara. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's from Gambia as well.
So you look at that market for some prospects. It's quite an interesting market to look at for footballers.
Yeah, because they have, if you go on the west side of Africa, they're building. I don't know what they're eating down there, but they're very strong. With on the west side, they're very strong, and you go on the east side, they are more runners people. So we know that they are very. They have a huge potential by the physical things, and. And we see them as well. They have very good skills as well by quickness and with technical qualities. So it's an interesting market. So we have bring in these three players, and they are actually doing a very good development here. Okay, Lamin is at the moment injured, but the two others, they have actually done a very good job. But as well by culture side, as well respectfully, we see that. It takes some time to adapt them in a European system, because they're coming from a total different world, and to be adapted into the tactic football, to the culture in general outside the football, it's a huge package for them to come into.
Yeah, and we have that adaptation at the moment, don't we, Flemming, with all our new signings? And I don't know what you're thinking of from the Danish Hammers side, but there's a lot of frustration with David Moyes at the moment, where we've got all these new players, But even though they should be more adaptable to English football, he takes time to bring them into the team. I can understand what Morton's saying. When someone comes from another culture, it takes some time for them to adapt. But what's your feeling of the way that Moyes is bringing in the new players in? Does it frustrate you as much as it does the fans here that we're not seeing them starting games?
I think it's difficult because it's all very new. We got some new players in, and we all know Moyes as a very conservative coach. So it takes time, and everything takes time. And when I look at the two last seasons where we have very good results compared to the years before that, where we always was in the relegation zone, I think he has done very well, and we have to be patient this season. And I also think we had a difficult game, of course, to start against City, and we were very unlucky in the second one in Forest, and then Brighton. I think we just can't play Brighton. I think they are actually too clever for us. Where I think we'll play 10 times the last 5 years and haven't beaten them at all. So
we have a block, don't we? We seem to have a block every time we play them. Yeah.
So it's a difficult start for us, but I think we'll get on track when we come a little further into the season.
Yeah. And it looks like we'll be signing another player today. It looks like the player from Chelsea, Emerson, will be announced anytime soon.
Okay.
So that's something to look forward to.
Yes.
With us, we're not playing too well in the Premier League at the moment. Flemming's just mentioned it. We're bottom of the table. The confidence is not high at the moment. But Morton, your team is doing very well in the Danish Super League. You're 6th at the moment. What's the aspirations for this season? Where do you see the team finishing this season? You've done well against, I think, the reigning champions, Copenhagen. You beat them 4-2. What's the thinking for this season? Where do you see the team ending?
We're actually back in 2020. We made a 3-year strategic plan with different issues, and one of them was, of course, our first team, and we want to get up in summer 21, but that was only a part of the success, because we for sure that the top of the result was to still be there at the summer in the Super League at 22, and we were very happy. We made a good season. We ended number 7, and that was the reason why we had the possibility to take these 2 matches against West Ham. And our main key issue for this season is to be established in the Super League. We have a period back from 98 to 2008, 10 years in a row. We were part of the Super League, and actually, according to our economy resources, I think we made some good results. Then we had some difficult years going up and down, and so it's a key result for us to be established in the Super League, and that's our main focus for this season.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because Flemming, ourselves, we've been known as a team that we should be a more established team. We are an established team in the Premier League, but we've had our spells as well, haven't we, of relegation? And there's talk about now. Do you think we've got a problem, Flemming, or do you think we're going to be okay this season? We're bottom of the league at the moment, and many fans are calling for David Moyes' head. You said just now we just have to be patient, but we're not going to be we're not going to become a yo-yo club again, are we? We're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not nervous about us getting relegated. Of course, I'm a little bit doubtful if we will end 6th or 7th again, like the last 2 seasons. So we might not play in Europe next year. But I still think we are in the better half of the Premier League when we look at 38 games. So and there are always I think three teams which are
always worse.
Yeah. So
well, we'll get back into Europe next season when we win the European Conference League.
Yeah, do that. That's easy.
Morton, you've done well. I mean, you started your journey in this league, in this competition, well before us. You beat Suduva. Is it the Lithuanian
Right, yeah.
team?
Right, yeah.
And then Torshavn as well. So when you were faced with West Ham, what was the first expectation? When did you want a team like West Ham United? What did you want after getting through those first two ties?
Yeah, for sure. We know for sure that West Ham is a big club. Is part of one of the best league in Europe. I just saw here that they can evaluated as number 16 in Europe. It's really a big club. I've been there a lot, actually seeing a lot of West Ham matches together with Flemming for many years. As I think I've been by Upton Park 10, 12 times, or Olympic Stadium another 5, 6 times. So it was a special thing actually for myself that we suddenly was going to play West Ham. We hope the experience has been very fine. We had a very fine match at West Ham with our fans, the stadium, and the hospitality from the West Ham administration and owners. It was fantastic. I was speaking myself a little with David Moyes. I was speaking with Trevor Brooking, and that was amazing to meet these people. We have the feeling we were playing very good against West Ham. We had hoped for a little more. If we had returned to Viborg with a 2-1 defeat, it was been a more open match. Now it's 3-1. We know for sure it's going to be difficult. Perhaps now we are a small club. We are from a small country. Perhaps they had looked us a little more to know what we have and what we not have. So it's going to be a very difficult match for us. We had hoped in a way for not so strong team as West Ham, but it's going to be a huge experience for us to play away, and hopefully we're going to have a very fine with a good atmosphere here at the stadium within 2 days. So that will be a fantastic experience from the club, and in a way I have the feeling that it historically is the biggest match for us forever. Actually, we have playing a European football before. That was in 2000, but at that time we didn't have a full stadium for European matches. So we actually played the 2 matches against CSKA Moscow and Rayo Vallecano from Spain. We played in Silkeborg, in our neighborhood, 45 kilometers from here. So it's the first time we play such a huge match at our own local stadium here in Viborg.
And I hear that the day is going to be quite a spectacular day. It's I've been looking at Viborg, the place, and it looks like an absolutely beautiful place to visit. From what I understand, the fans there are going to be treated, should I say, because Flemming has mentioned to me about the plans that you have. Do you want to talk through a little bit about the plans you have for the day?
Yeah, we're looking a lot on that. We know for sure we're gonna make a battle on the field, and hopefully in a way the best team will win, and hopefully it's gonna be our team. That's how football are. But besides, it's very important for us to be good hostess, to make a good. So the fans, they're coming a lot of fans. For sure, I know Danish Hammer will be at the match, and hopefully a lot of other Hammers fans. We know there'll be around 1,200. So we'll do our best to host them very well, and hopefully they have a good time here at the stadium. And when they go back after the defeat to Viborg, they'll still think we had good beers in Viborg.
And West Ham fans love their beer as well.
I've heard that.
I was lucky enough to go on some of the European tour last season in Seville and Lyon and Frankfurt as well. And and there were many more fans than there were tickets. And we do have a good time. We do enjoy ourselves. And I know you Danish guys, you love your beer as well. So it's probably going to be a bit of a party atmosphere.
For sure, we'll do our best to have a fine party, even outside the stadium and as well inside the stadium. So we are looking a lot forward to welcome the Hammer fans to the stadium in Viborg. That's for sure.
And moving on to the game, Flemming, last week, this was our starting lineup. We had players that I think we expected to start, like Skamaka, Cornet, they all made their debuts. Areola, good to see him back in goal. Are you expecting much the same from that team, much the same team on Thursday, or do you think there's going to be too much of a difference?
No, not much difference. Maybe 1 or 2 players. I think at least 9 players from London will start again in Viborg. I think so.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see much the same. And Morton, I mean, I know I shouldn't be asking you any secrets as to who might be fit, etc. But this was the team that you had against us last week. Are you expecting that to be roughly the same, or do you? You mentioned about Saeed that he would have probably started. So I'm guessing there'll at least be one change in the lineup.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not for sure. Actually, it could be the same 11. I'm not for sure who's gonna play on the right. We are playing a 4-3-3 system. I don't know whether how situation is. Our right back, he went out of the match in London. His name is Daniel Ayembe, and we had a youngster from our academy. That's his first. He actually went up from the academy here this summer. His name is Antangai, and he went into the match in London. And he actually played full time in our away match here at Sunday in Randers. So I'll nearly be sure if Daniel is not ready from his injury, Anton Guy will play. So that means could be the only new man in the start 11 as far as I see it.
And you mentioned earlier, had this been a 2-1 tie at the moment, your confidence would have been a lot higher. And as I mentioned earlier, we're not playing so well. Fleming, do you see any upset coming here? Because if Viborg get an early goal, that could unnerve us a little bit, couldn't it?
Yes, of course. Before the 2 games, I said 90 to 10% in favor of West Ham, and now it's maybe 95-5 because we have 2 goals. We are 2 goals up, but everything can happen in football, and I think the way Viborg has played, especially at home this season, where I told you last week that they have won all their home games.
Yeah.
And if they get the early goal, it could be an exciting match. But I'm still with the majority of the percents on the Hammers.
I giggled because it would not be exciting for us, because I think it will make us very nervous if people, manage to get a goal probably in the first half. Then it's going. I'm kind of looking at the way we're playing at the moment, Flemming, and I mean we were unlucky against Nottingham Forest, and of course Man City is Man City, and
Yes.
We've given them better games in the past, but maybe didn't play as well in this starting season. But the game against Brighton is not the best setup, is it, for this game? We played poorly, didn't we?
Yes, it was as awful as usual against Brighton. I think sometimes we saw the 3-3. Morton and I was both on the London Stadium for the 3-3 game against Brighton, where we actually did okay. But Brighton is a very bad opponent for us. So, but I think the issue for Hammers in Viborg is, of course, that we are not. We are without both Cresswell and Rice again. So that's two hard men to miss.
And they're quite they're leaders, aren't they? They're talismanic leaders. I mean, it's great that we had Ogbonna back last week, and it was good to see. He was, even though we can see he's not fully fit, he was. It was good to see him captaining the team, because he's got that stable, more elder statesman sort of approach. So I think that was good for us. Yeah.
Yes. Agree.
So, Morton, I'm going to ask you. We're going to leave this show now to, with your prediction. So we're all going to give our predictions. So I'll start with you. What is your prediction? The results going to be on Thursday?
I hope for 2-0 and then go in the extra time.
What time is the last flight back from Denmark?
We'll help you to charge a new one.
So, okay. So if we go into 2-0, what happens in extra time?
I'm not totally for sure ever we go in penalty or a little 1-0 for us, something in that area.
Are you I mean, you've got to, I guess. You're predicting to win then, if we go into extra time.
Oh. in a way, we have to be confident on our own qualities, and we know we are on a big team. And but if I'm sitting in this position here, I'll do my best to keep up the motivation, and we're going to trust on making some big results. It's going to be a huge match for us, and it's going to be extreme difficult. I just saw every year there's coming a financial report from Deloitte, and I saw last season salary cap for or salary what's the name total budget of salary. I saw West Ham was 127 million pounds, and I could ask you, what do you think our budget is on salary?
1 million? Not even that?
It's actually 3 million.
3 million. Okay. Yeah. It's a vast difference. So the expectation, of course, is a lot higher. Yeah.
We normally say here in Denmark that there's a combination about economy and results, and there's a huge gap. We're talking about 124 million pounds in a gap here. So respectfully on West Ham, and I like a lot the club. Is actually, I'm born with a little Man United heart from my father, according to Sir Alex. But I've been to these matches, and I must say that's what football can do. That West Ham, that's a huge club, and it's been a very good experience to come. Even Upton Park was fantastic, and again the Olympic Stadium, and it's been a pleasure being part of what I call an active match, where my club is part of it.
That's fantastic. Flemming, give me your prediction.
I think it will be a close match, but I think also it's right now it's too important a match for the Hammers, because we have lost the 3 Premier League games, so we have to focus really hard on this one. And I think when it comes down to the line, I think we'll show the class and we'll win the game 2-1.
2-1.
Yes.
You've stolen my prediction, because I actually do have a feeling that Viborg may score the first goal. I actually really do. But I think we will get by, and I agree. I think it will be a 2-1. Guys, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much. You know, it really is fantastic. And Flemming, I can't thank you enough for getting in touch with Morton, and I can't thank you enough for agreeing to come on, Morton. It's fantastic. And you know, may the best team win, West Ham.
Sure.
and really enjoyed having a chat with you guys, and we'll chat again soon, maybe.
Yeah, we see you at London Stadium very soon.
Absolutely. I'm actually trying to convince the other half that we should be flying out to Denmark on Thursday. So she's thinking about it. She's thinking about it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. So that's the end of the preview. I hope you enjoyed it. Something different. I've really got to thank Flemming for getting Morton on, the CEO of Viborg, and a nice little insight. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all very much. You know, if you're new to the channel, do hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification to let you know when I'm next on. And come on, West Ham. Let's put in a good performance on Thursday and really kickstart our season, I hope. I'll see you all very soon, and thanks for joining.